Tony Johnson. She's something else.
Oh, man, she's great.
Jim, what inspired that song? Could you talk us through the writing process just a little bit? And then the second part of that is, how in the world did you get it in the hands of Gladys Knight?
Well, I used to write all my songs just by stream of consciousness. I would sit down and pick up the guitar and noodle around until something came to mind. I remember I was kind of in a blue funk one night, and I came in, I'd been to a movie, and I sat down on the bed, and I picked up my guitar and I played the whole first verse without knowing what I was doing. I didn't have a title, I didn't have a lyric, I didn't have a melody. I just sang it like it had always been there. And that's pretty inspiring when you do that. Right. So I wrapped it up, and my publisher played it for a guy named Joe Porter, who was producing Gladys Knight. Gladys loved it from the beginning, so it was just seemed like fate to me.
Right. So your connection with Gladys Knight, all that happened in Los Angeles after you guys had gone out there with your band in mid-'60s?
Yeah, I was actually about ready to come back to Mississippi and get my degree and be a football coach when that happened. And I decided to stay a little longer and see what else
I can appreciate that. So you guys, Jeff, I want to ask you this question. How did you and Jim go about choosing what to write about in Midnight Train?
Well, in Midnight Train, the title of the book you're
right.
talking
about. Have we mentioned that before?
Well,
the title of the book is Midnight
right,
Train.
Right.
We need to make sure we get that out there.
Right. Yeah, over and over. But I mean, the book is basically 4 sections. Youth, which is Pontotoc.
Talk right in.
Youth, Pontotoc, that era. Then Ole Miss football, and Ole Miss. Then the California years, and now the Nashville years. So, there's really a little bit something for everybody to read through a life, the things that he's done. Even Mississippi State fans, they want to skip the Ole Miss football section, but you can read the rest of it. So
right.
But there's a little, that's the way we kind of divided it up.
Jim, you mentioned Jeff may have mentioned this to me before the show, and that was that you started writing as even a younger boy back in Pontotoc, and you'd started writing even as a young boy. And when do you first remember writing music? Some of your first songs, and I'm interested in this because of we've played some Elvis music here tonight, and I think maybe Elvis might have been one of your influences as well. But what were some of your influences in your writing career?
Well, I started listening to music in the 40s and the 50s, and I listened to all the old crooners, Perry Como, Frank Sinatra, and then I listened to some country music. And when Elvis came along, that was what really got me inspired. I give Elvis credit for not being in the music business. His music set my world on fire.
You weren't alone in those days, were you? He set a lot of worlds on fire. That's right. That's right. Well, you mentioned that stream of consciousness that you used in your writing, and believe me, I've listened to a lot of Jim Weatherly music since I've been thinking you were coming on the show, and I was going to get an opportunity to talk to you about it. And I notice in your lyrics sometimes you seem to write in a full sentence that if you just drop the music out, you could read a Jim Weatherly song and it would tell you a story even without the music. Is that something intentional? If I'm wrong about that, you just correct me on it.
No, that's a compliment. It's not something that I do intentionally, but when I write, or the way I used to write then, I tried to use as few words as possible.
Right.
But tried to make every word count.
Right.
And I think one of the things that Gladys Knight liked about my songs was the fact that it had a lot of space in it, so they could put their background parts in.
Right. We want to do another one for you right now. And this is another one that Gladys Knight recorded, but it's also one that crossed over and Ray Price recorded, and it's You're the Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me. It's Mr. Clint Reid.
I've had my share of life's ups and downs, but fate's been kind. The downs have been few. Well, I guess you could say that I've been lucky, and I guess you could say it's all because of you. If anyone should ever write my life story, for whatever reason that there might be, oh, you'd be there between the lines of pain and glory. 'Cause you're the best thing that ever happened to me. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. Oh, there have been times, oh, when times were so hard, but somehow, some way, I've made it through. Oh, for every moment, oh, precious moment that I've spent hurting, there's been a moment, oh, spent loving you. If anyone should ever write my life story, for whatever reason that there might be, oh, baby, you'd be there. Oh, you'd be there between the lines of pain and glory. 'Cause you're the best thing that ever happened to me. 'Cause you're the best thing that ever happened to me.
Thank you, Clint.
It helps when you have great singers sing your song.